ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have more on the crazy mayor. See, here's the thing. You know what I was talking about, you guys, about doing all these videos and stuff about the mayor? Well, I'm going to probably be doing this until I die, because there's so much corruption with this mayor. There's still 2 more videos I still need to do on this mayor. I don't know what I'm going to do, but she is engaged in so much corruption that I don't even know how to even talk about this. So I have to do each video is talk about each certain things. Now I could do a very long video and get all this done, but you know I don't want to do that to people. I want to be able to have just one slap video and make it over and over so I can do better work. So without further ado, we're going to be going over exactly on how this woman was more controversial, doing a lot more damage than we can possibly be. Right? She's the FBI is currently probing her. And on top of that, she's shut down a person's business and all that great stuff. It's been insanity, really. Take a look at this.
Information that indicates the FBI has launched an investigation into controversial Dalton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Hanyard.
Dane Placco has been following allegations of her misspending and joins us now with an update.
We've been reporting for nearly 2 years on allegations of corruption surrounding Hanyard in her capacity as Dalton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor. And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges. Did the FBI agents you talked to seem serious about
very serious
concerns?
Very serious. Very.
Lawrence Gardner owns a U-Haul rental and trucking business in South Suburban Dalton and says he went to the FBI several months ago, frustrated that the village of Dalton would not renew his business license. Gardner says he's been harassed and his business raided and shut down by Dalton police. He believes because he refused to make a donation to a civic event sponsored by Dalton Mayor Tiffany Hanyard.
And I talked to a couple of agents and I explained them what was going on. I gave them all my paperwork to show them what was happening in court and what was happening in Dalton. And they told me they was investigating and they would be in touch with me.
So there you have it. You have a corrupt mayor preventing to renew this man's license because he didn't put a donation to Tiffany A Hanyard. Well, let me put it this way. In most general times or what have you, is that most people are not really involved or wanting to do politics. So they would probably not want to put anything into your name or donate to you because, well, one, they either just don't have the money to do so, or they're just not interested in politics and they just don't want to get involved. So for her to do this is insanely corrupt, and to make sure that to shut down somebody's business and their livelihood is just flat out evil and disgusting. And the FBI, as you can tell, is involved and is actually doing something. Now, we're going to go further into this as well, because she doesn't just stop here. No. She's also influencing going after a restaurant owner, because he's just doing his job and feeding people that are on the opposite side of the political spectrum. People that is going against her and people that she just doesn't like. Which, how this guy doesn't know anything. He's just doing his job and making a living and trying to do his business.
Gardner is one of 6 people who confirmed to Fox 32 that they've been interviewed by the FBI, ranging from Dalton business owners to a former village employee and at least one public official. And we've learned the FBI has been using electronic surveillance as part of its investigation. Agents are asking questions about Hanyard's alleged use of taxpayer dollars and resources, including massive spending on out-of-town trips, hundreds of thousands of dollars in police overtime for her personal security detail, using public employees and tax dollars for personal benefit, and holding up licenses to certain businesses like this Dalton restaurant.
I've heard rumors that say, hey, I'm on the wrong team.
Dwayne Wood has been trying to renew the business license for his restaurant for nearly a year. While he has not talked to the FBI, he believes he can't get approved because he's provided catering to several Dalton trustees who are engaged in a political fight with Hanyard.
I think I've been just targeted because of my affiliation with a certain group of people. You know, I had the trustees. I've cooked for the trustees.
And in a lawsuit filed by a Dalton towing company, the owner alleges their business license has been held up because, quote, George's Towing's refusal to support or contribute to Hanyard's political campaign.
So, yeah, as you can see, she even, as I said, she went out and wanted to renew this guy's license because he was feeding people that were on the opposite side of her politically, which is completely asinine. Because, again, this guy doesn't seem to know who these people are, or if he does know, he just is feeding them or giving them service. So what he's supposed to do is not give them service. She's breaking every single kind of law known to man here, and it is insane. She hasn't just done this once, but she's done this twice. So it's not something that is just like a rare occurrence for her. No, this is an ongoing thing, along with her taking taxpayer money for her entourage and what have you. Now, we're going to go over one thing here. The one thing that we're going to go over is the what's actually in the what you would call the Illinois law here for all that stuff. So, what is allowed and what isn't, and this is one thing that is allowed and what you would call Illinois, the state, really. Says here, state employees shall not intentionally perform any prohibited political activity during any compensated time other than vacation, personal, or compensatory time off. State employees shall not intentionally and misappropriate any state property or resources by engaging in any prohibited political activity for the benefit of any campaign for elective office or any political organization, which she has already done. She has done this already, and it's pretty much of a big problem now, isn't it? Now, we have another one here that is a pretty big deal. He goes on to say that at no time shall any executive or legislative branch, constitutional officer, or any official director, a supervisor, or state employee intentionally misappropriate the services of any state employee by requiring that state employee to perform any prohibited political activity. As part of that employee's state duties as a condition of state employment or during any time off that is compensated by the state, such as vacation, personal, or compulsory time off. Now, granted, this is all for prohibited political activities. And it continues to go on here for all this stuff as well for state employees and what have you. But it goes down to the list here of everything being prohibiting these state employees from overdoing their down justice, right? So, that being said, she is violating every single kind of law known to man. And it's a huge problem. It's such a huge problem, even the corrupt FBI that we have is getting involved, and her days may be numbered, but who knows? We're still going to go over a lot of the other information that she has, obviously been shaking off or not really shaking off, but has been doing and have been somehow avoiding crime or a federal investigation for this long. So, we'll see on how that goes. A little bit more to this story here because it still gets quite interesting.
In a statement, Dalton trustee Jason House reacted to the news of the FBI's involvement. We welcome any investigation that will bring transparency on how taxpayer dollars are being spent. Our residents deserve this level of financial transparency. We reached out to the FBI, which said it is policy for the agency not to comment on the nature, existence, or non-existence of any investigation that may be occurring. A public relations firm responded on behalf of the mayor, saying neither Hanyard or the Village of Dalton have received any subpoenas or been contacted by the FBI or any other law enforcement agency. Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
So I guess we will see on what really happens here with Tiffany A. Hanyard. But again, the Democrats are going to go and cry like, oh, the Republicans are the corrupt ones, the Republicans are this, the Republicans that. And while I could say that is true for some of the Republicans, it's not all of them. Because obviously, if that was the case, we see a lot more Republicans being exposed for obviously corruption, which is not happening here. In fact, the Republicans that the Democrats don't seem to be going after are the ones that are either in bed with them or on the same side. So that just seems to be the case. It's hilarious to me that we're finding out more and more on how corrupt a lot of these Democrats are and a lot of these crazy policies that Democrats are pushing. And I think a lot of at least some of the normal Republicans are not doing this. Now, I'm not saying that all Republicans are good, because that's certainly not the case. I have a bone to chew with quite a few Republicans, and they have really aggravated me. Ron DeSantis is one. Nikki Haley is a Democrat with an R under her name, so I don't really like her either. But there are some things that are coming to light here, and it just seems that it's not going too great. She's under investigation. We'll see where this goes, and we'll have more information about her, if not tomorrow, definitely Friday. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, 'cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.